The amount, Ed, the sheer amount of fans that are out there that watch other genres needs to be also addressed. Just because the loudest group seems to be battle shonen, let that not like hide the fact that there are millions of fans out there that enjoy slice of life and romance only, that enjoy shoujo, that enjoy all these other different genres of anime and manga that do not get that same level of attention, but it doesn't mean it's not good.
They call it the Shonen Awards now, or people are calling it the Shonen Awards again, because out of all the nominees, so there were 32 awards, 28 went to shonen shows.
All right.
Which is crazy, given that something like, even if I didn't like season 2 of Vinland Saga that much, Vinland Saga season 2 was nominated 11 times, I believe, and didn't win a single award. So it kind of, it's a bit, they're saying that there's a lack of diversity or lack of variety in terms of how the awards are given out. And the funny thing is, they were trying to stop popularity contests by allowing 70% of the votes to go to judges and 30% of the votes to go to fans. But according to this Anime Corner article, most of the judges either haven't seen the anime or have seen just a very little of it. Yeah, again, according to this Anime Corner article. Yeah,
this is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
And
then that's shocking.
Yeah. And they were saying that the judges should not have a huge weigh-in in terms of that 70%. It really should be. I think the fans should always get the most. For me, if you're going to do it, I get you want to stop the popularity votes and stuff like that. But I would do it maybe 51-49 or something like 60-40 to the fans. Because the judges can only watch so much. The fans is pulling from a large collective. Yes, shonen is a bigger category. But maybe you restrict it so you have 5 to 10 shonen shows that can be nominated, and that's it. And then all the rest have to go to other shows like romance or blah blah blah. And I'm even surprised, like, don't they have romance categories and stuff like that? Because to win 28 out of the 32 went to Shonen Awards. I mean, maybe you have shonen romance animes, but that's crazy. I guess when we say shonen, it's not battle shonen, but it's still part of, the overall. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, that was a fair criticism of the Crunchyroll Awards. So there's a bit more, but I'll stop there and see what your take is.
One, let's quickly go through what the categories were. So you've got Anime of the Year. Should I go to winners as well? Let me do the winners as well. Let's do the winners.
Go on then.
So Anime of the Year, Jujutsu Kaisen, Season 2. Best Continuing Anime, One Piece. Best New Anime Series, Chainsaw Man. Best Anime Film, Suzume. Best Original Anime, Buddy Daddies. Best Animation, you remember that one. Best Animation, Demon Slayer. Best Character Design, JJK. Best Director, JJK. Best Cinematography, JJK. Best Art Direction, Demon Slayer. Best Romance Anime, Hiromiya, The Missing Pieces. Best Comedy, Spy Family. Best Action, JJK. Best Fantasy Anime, Demon Slayer. Best Drama Anime, Attack on Titan. Best Slice of... and that's Best Drama Anime. Notice that. Best drama.
I don't know
anime.
how Attack on Titan won drama.
I mean, I can see what they're talking about, but no, I wouldn't put it squarely as that.
Nah.
Best Slice of Life, Bocchi the Rock. Best Main Anime Character, Luffy from One Piece. Best Supporting Anime Character, Gojo from JJK. Must Protect at All Costs Anime Character is Anya Forger from Spy Family. Best Anime Song, Yaosobi. Best Anime Score, Attack on Titan. Best Anime Opening Sequence, JJK. Best Anime Ending Sequence, JJK. Best Anime Voice Artist Performance in Japanese, JJK, Gojo.
Yeah, the JJK won 11 awards. That's
and if you just
mad.
think about the genre of those shows, you can start realizing, oh, okay, I can see why Shonen just completely took over this. A question from me though, Ed, is if you made it 100% fan, would it change that much? Like JJK
That's
would
what I'm
probably
saying. You need to restrict.
They would,
Yeah, JJK will definitely be up there.
They'll
Definitely
probably
be up
win
there.
less because I don't think they'll get. I think it would win less. I think especially on the voice actors, you can't. I'm sure there are so many other voice actor performances that are incredible and deserve their shout out. And JJK may not win some other ones. However, JJK would still win a bunch of awards if it was fan only.
No, I agree, and that's why I said you shouldn't make it 100%. I think they should have a more weighting, as it were, because I think the fans are the fans, but then also try and restrict the categories. So if we already have 5 shonen nominees or something, then that's it. You can't add any more shonen nominees or whatever, because apparently the judges are the ones who pick the nominations as well, and then it's the fans and the judges who vote. Which is fair, because if you had the fans doing the nominations, it's just going to get out of control. I think also they need to be, and this is another criticism here, is that they need to have consistency in their categories, because apparently it changes every year. Does. You know how the Oscars, they have a consistent and even the Oscars, I mean, this isn't a Crunchyroll problem. This is just an awards thing as well, because the Oscars have the same kind of critique.
Well, right?
Yeah. And I think this is how they started to introduce new categories to fit the mold of
Grammys.
People potentially.
Grammys had issues.
Grammys as well. They got the African, best African artist or something like that. Maybe not artist, but Afrobeat, something like that came just this last year, and I think that's the girl who sung "Make Me Bad."
Tyler.
Make me Tyler or something. Yeah. Make me water.
You do the dance, and you're doing the dance, innit? The TikTok dance. You're pouring water bottles.
I saw this funny TikTok where this guy was wasted and he just pouring water of his head, listening to the song. It
was a catchy song, though. I actually like it. It's a catchy song.
It was a good song. Yeah. Good, very good song. And it won. She won. What's it? Best African or best new African artist or something like that. It was a new category anyway. Solo just
you know what's funny? On our Discords, Ed, we'll give Ed his flowers, because Ed is no jokes. There's no joke or humor in my voice. Ed is really good at introducing our guests. He is really good at it. And one of our Discord members, I think it was Maurice, he was saying, "Oh, I said a joke saying, oh, I think Ed asked me if I wanted to do it once." I was like, I know my skill set. I'm not going to embarrass our guest by me trying to do it. And then Maurice said, "Look, you started singing, so anything can happen."
That's true, That is very true. Maurice is right. Anything can happen. So we're waiting for that day when Solo, maybe it's a new personality, Maybe it's a ring announcer kind of.
What's the Bruce Buffer?
Personality,
Bruce Buffer, the Ever.
Yeah.
The boxing guy, sorry.
Yeah. You know what? He looks the same from the time I was watching him in WCW to now. Nothing's changed. Oh yeah, of course. I think he's Someone was telling me that he's. Yeah, apparently he's coined that. He's trademarked that. Yeah. So if you use it in your thing, you have to either pay him or take it down.
I think someone tried to use it in a game or a song or something or a video, and it was like, run me my money.
my friend.
My money.
Let's get ready to... Anyway, I didn't say the whole thing, so you can't get me. But yeah, Tyler was the first person to win a Grammy for Best African Music Performance. So if we want to make this more, or if Crunchyroll want to make this more fair or more diverse, they need to start being a bit more specific and offer a bit more guardrails and not restrictions, but just more guardrails in terms of the categories they're using and what is the definitions of anime that go in that category. Because I don't see Attack on Titan as a drama. I can see why they did it, but I don't see it as a
bigger
drama.
issue though. I see a bigger issue. They're not independent.
Which is?
Crunchyroll's not independent. They have a vested interest in showing the anime, in celebrating the anime that is popular on their platform, that they want to drive more people to their platform, and true, and those that they see on social media with all the data they have that does well. So they want to show these things. They're not independent. You take the Oscars, you take the Tonys, you take Golden Globes, you take the Emmys. They do not have a platform. They're an yes, they have their issues, but they're an independent body. They're an independent body, so then they can just say where like any anime or any.
But wait, is Crunchy not independent?
But I'm saying like Crunchyroll. You're not gonna find Berserk on Crunchyroll, for example.
Is that
they
because
they haven't got the rights? Maybe distribution rights.
Yeah,
so
they haven't got
what
the
I'm
rights,
saying
yeah.
is that.
I see what you're saying.
Best,
Okay.
It's not just because they're not.
Because Grammys is not a streaming. Yeah,
right. So,
you.
for example, are they going to talk about or celebrate an anime that's not on their platform that does really well? Netflix could run their own anime thing and then say,
that is a great.
Hey, by the way, we're gonna do our own best action anime, and guess what? It's not JJK. Because they don't have it.
That is a great.
So then
point.
almost you need like this independent body to say, okay, what is the best shonen anime? And then you could say best action anime, and then best seinen anime, and best romance anime, and it encapsulates all the anime and all the different distribution services. So, for example, the first streamer to have had a film to win an Oscar was Apple TV. It was the film called Exactly. People thought it would be Netflix the way they tried things out. It wasn't. It was Apple TV, who are admittedly very late to the streaming game. Very late.
Yeah.
Their film won it. Now, as a result, it was the Oscars who then said, yeah, that film, we're going to give it that film best an Oscar movie. You can't, as Apple TV, say, okay, Apple TV, I'm going to run my own awards. the Apple TV Awards, and then get annoyed that they only talk about their own shows.
I mean, you're right, but I think Crunchyroll, because they have a plethora of anime,
so they can
do their own awards because they have a plethora. But I do get your point. They're not necessary, because I enjoyed Pluto. I'm going to say Pluto because I enjoyed that a lot. But there's no way you're going to see that in Crunchyroll Awards.
See anywhere. What about Blue Red
No
Samurai?
way.
Didn't see it anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know if they would class that as an anime, but yeah, semantics. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, but the thing is,
there.
and yours a valid point. Crunchyroll, unfortunately, is at a size where they, like you said, they have so much anime that they can and should be a little bit more balanced. But at the same time, they're at that tipping point where they say either listen, every single anime runs through us and we are the de facto standard for anime, or people just accept that actually, you know what, we just do it. Like, for example, if I was on my anime list, I'd be scrambling right now. I'll be saying, listen guys, there's a window of opportunity immediately. My anime list, we need to run our own awards, 2020, and a proper awards. We're gonna run an award, and we have everything because everyone comes to us. We don't care what you have, what it is. Best manga, best shonen, best shoujo, best sci-fi, best fantasy, best isekai, all of that. We can do that, and we don't care. We can throw in Netflix stuff, Prime stuff, Crunchyroll stuff.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Do you know, that's a great shout? And I think my anime list is a bit. It's still popularity, but I think it's a bit more balanced because there's a lot of manga there. A lot of people potentially are reading manga as well. Because there are good shows on there, which, I say good, but there are shows on there which you've never heard of, but are in their 7, 8, and 9s. For
It's a perfect example. It's a perfect example.
Is that even on Crunchyroll? I don't even know, but it is. I'm surprised. Maybe next year, because I don't know. Maybe this year it was too late.
I don't know if this was on the article, but I don't understand how the timing works. Is it like
in terms of the nominations? I think it's
But
the
it
previous
doesn't seem
year.
weird. It's like halfway through the year. Because I saw, what you call it, a show that came out like, it was weird. I just don't know what it's called. Is it just like the full 2023 calendar
I
year?
thought it was the full 2023. Yeah, that's what I thought. Or maybe the anime season from. It can't be from August. That would be just silly. I think
I
it's
remember
from
someone
March.
telling me something
Maybe it's
about
March
the
to
fact
March.
that it cuts off like there's like a cut off for the year that doesn't include all of 2023 or something weird like that. And it's weird. And even the naming convention, don't call it 2024. 2024 is, we're 3 months in at the time of recording. Come on, don't call it 2024.
Yes.
It's confusing. Call it.
That's very true.
2023, and then it's clear we're talking about who won last year.
Last year, yeah.
And so,
That is a very
just
great
call it
point.
numbers.
I'm at
Just
Crunchyroll,
call
so
it
they
like,
listen.
do what the Oscars do, the 51st Oscars, or the 52nd Oscars. So, okay, just number it.
Yeah.
And so then, if you want to do it in March, you can say, okay, we're always going to do. Okay, this is 2023. So, for example, it's like you go on YouTube from November, and you see top 10 of 2023 stuff, the whole all over YouTube. Top 10 anime shows, top 10 cars, top 10 laptops, top 10 phones, and they review the whole year.
Yes, exactly. That's a good point. I think they should do numbers, because then it kind of avoids the confusion. Or to your point, just do the previous year. But numbers might be easier.
But I think scanning through because obviously I know you read the article, but I just scanning through. I think that's one of the things. Is like it's just lack of clarity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's best anime song, and then there is also a best opening category. So what's the difference between best anime song and best opening category and best closing? Like what's
best opening?
What's
maybe best openings with the song and the animation to go with it.
Go. The fact that you have to question
potentially
it is an issue. You should just know. You should be easy.
Well, they should just have a best
and
opening
and
best ending.
Scrap
That's
best
it.
Anime song.
And scrap best anime song. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Not just the whole. And yeah, that would make. Unless they're talking about, we have what do we call it, OSTs
Then
and stuff like
clear.
that.
Best OST. Best OST.
Best OST. Yeah.
So, I mean, so that's the thing. I mean, that's some of the negatives. But let me talk about some of the positives that I did get. One of the key things that I took away from this. There's a few things that I really want to watch. One of them, Bocce the Rock.
I never heard that.
We've spoken about it.
I think we spoke about it
once or twice before. Bocce the Rock.
Bocce the Rock. Is that a manhwa or what? Is it an anime or is it Japanese?
Yeah. But it was nominated for tons of categories. It was animated for Anime of the Year. It was animated for Best New Anime Series. It was nominated for what's another one? Yeah,
wow.
Best Music one. It was nominated for Best I think Protect at All Costs. It was I was like, okay. Best Comedy. I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna check this out. The winners,
I mean, they make sense, but again, I get why people say it's a Shonen Awards now.
That's what I was talking about in terms of Crunchyroll, and think about Crunchyroll, the platform. You have to think.
I know that, but they don't just have Shonen on there.
But then, what are the things? Like, I have my brothers have Crunchyroll, and listeners, cast your mind to all the people that you know, and maybe yourselves that have Crunchyroll. If you do, Ed. How many different types of anime do you watch on Crunchyroll? Or do you watch the ones that you see? You're smiling already.
Yeah, you know what? Shonen is the biggest category. Let's call a spade a spade. It is the biggest category, so therefore it's going to have the bigger pile of the
same thing.
or the bigger.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. But if there's going to be even if you do it by a percentage, that's more than 90% of the winners going to Shonen. At least make it 70. Do you know what I mean?
Shows are on Crunchyroll. And then let's see. Just the genre.
One Piece.
It'll be shown. And so guess what? The same thing that happened when we got when Netflix were kind of what was one of Netflix's big shows? Breaking Bad. When they first
Breaking
came on,
Bad. No, it wasn't.
UK, yeah.
on
No,
Netflix.
no, it came out. It was before. It was
Bad.
before. I'm not
on
saying that
Sky.
it was before, but for people who wanted to go back and watch it, Netflix, they had the Breaking Bad was on Netflix, so people that wanted to watch it again, they could watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So then a lot of people jumped in. I know he's been cancelled now, but House of Cards as well with Kevin Spacey. I know he's been cancelled.
Yeah.
But that was a big one.
Yeah, that was
so
a big one on
people
Netflix for sure.
joined to watch those. This is like what Disney did. Disney was snakes. All of their shows were on other people's platforms. Disney went, cut all those ties. We're bringing everything to us.
Yeah.
Everything you ever want to watch. If it's got that
very smart by them.
Take it. Take it. It's ours. You have to come to us.
It's got that little arch, you know, that Walt Disney
As soon as
thing.
it gets halfway, a padlock just comes. Bag. Oh, yeah, come on.
It's ours.
So my point is that it's true. But then at the same time, there are still, in terms of lack of diversity, they could have still really given so much more shine to other genres.
There wasn't even a sci-fi genre.
I mean, isekai at this point is so big as a genre, you could give it its own category.
Yeah. Why don't they just do best anime by genre? Unless maybe I'm wrong, but when you read those out, I didn't see like best isekai. I didn't see like
where's the shoyu,
best
where's
shoujo.
Where's that? Why can't you? Do that?
Why can't I just do that and then maybe? Because like best art, I get that. That's fine. Best comedy they have. Best director I get. But I don't even think drama should be in a category. I think they should do it by the set anime categories that there are. Seinen, shonen, just like the Oscars. Blah blah. Seinen, shonen, shoujo, comedy.
You would tell me this, but that's just an age demographic. Within that demographic, there's going to be certain genres that people are interested in. So you can have a show, but so.
I mean, yeah. So if for instance, Vinland Saga, as I mentioned, got nominated for like 11, right, or something like that, a lot.
Fine.
It didn't win one single one. If it had best seinen category, I'm sure it would have won.
Within seinen, you then open it up to all these other shows that maybe Crunchyroll do not have.
So you're saying their awards are based on, but then I'm sure they have. Crunchyroll's got massive. They got best slice of life.
That's why I said that it's still valid, because you can still have best isekai, still have best sci-fi, you can still have best this.
Yeah, even if it's just like three or four episodes in that category.
One thing, and I actually learned this. This is a big learning for me. I guess whilst doing the podcast, to be honest, we, as a certain demographic, like battle shonen. It is what it is. It's not a bad thing. Yeah. It just is what it is, and it's not a shame. It's not a shame at all. But also, it is what it is.
It's just what it is. You grow up as a kid. You want to hit people, not hit people, but you want to see violence as a kid. Yeah, that's how it is. And then you grow up and you mature. Yeah.
The sheer amount of fans that are out there that watch other genres needs to be also addressed. Just because the loudest group seems to be battle shonen, let that not like hide the fact that there are millions of fans out there that enjoy slice of life and romance only, that enjoy shoujo, that enjoy all these other different genres of anime and manga that do not get that same level of attention, but it doesn't mean it's not good. For example, Your Name is a romance film that I would have never have heard of. I never watched if it wasn't for the fact that it was a recommendation from you. Never. Because since then, I rarely watch romance animes. I have to say to myself, okay, Solo today, let's try romance anime. Let's try it.
Yeah.
But when I watched Your Name, I was like, no, this thing is actually good. This is really and truly good. And I think that's what award shows need to do. So it shouldn't just be a popularity contest, because sometimes just because something is popular it can often overshadow something that maybe didn't get as much marketing and is still just as good.
Yeah, but that's in everything. You can say that about indie films. You can say about that's in everything. I think the issue here for me is, and for I think a lot of people, is the fact that you had shows there which weren't shonen, which got nominated but didn't win. That's the issue. It would be even more of an issue. There was no, if everything was just shonen, and that probably is just that would probably even been better because everything was shonen. But almost like thanks for coming. But you didn't win. You were never going to win. We just had to, I'm not saying that's how Crunchyroll operate, but I'm just saying that's kind of probably how some people felt. People saying that it's fixed, and thanks for showing the diversity, Crunchyroll, and things like that. So they just need to be a bit more aware. Like, yes, shonen is a popular category. Yes, most anime or most winners will come from a shonen category, but we need to make sure that we're identifying other genres or other anime outside of shonen that got nominated to say, hey, look, you know what? Actually, this could probably JJK's got like 11. Maybe we can just give one to Villain Song. Maybe we got to the double figures. You couldn't even just give it 10 and then I say no. Let's make it 11. Do you know what I mean?
It makes sense.
Oh gosh, and then I don't know what the numbers are. Yeah. And look, if they're doing this purely based on numbers, to say, look, you know what? These are the numbers 1 to 11. This is why JJK won based on the votes. So we just had to go to the votes to make it fair. Then fair enough. Maybe that's how they're doing it, but it just seems crazy that it won that many awards and something like Finland.
Yeah, but then okay, I'm going through. Let's go. Let me go through some of the big ones. I'm not going to go through every single one. I'm going to just pick 5. So, best anime of the year, 2024. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Now, selfishly, I've seen Chainsaw Man. I've seen not Demon Slayer, Vinland Saga. I have not seen Oshinoko. I have not seen Bocchi the Rock. And like I said, I've stopped watching Demon Slayer. I will watch it, but I'm just not. I don't need to.
Yeah.
It's unfair for me to say that, but I would assume that it will be JJK. Now, the issue is that a true... No, I think it is. So, you know what? Let me just cut myself short. I think it's fair to say JJK wins. I'm fine with that. Not an issue. Best continuing anime series, One Piece. Do you know what, Ed? I actually have an issue with best continuing anime series. Because...
Why?
If you look at the nominees are Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Spy Family, and Vinland Saga. When you say continuing,
and this,
are you saying what's the cutoff?
Yeah.
Because JJK, you're saying JJK season 2. You're talking about seasons. So then, technically, you could say anything with a season, anything with more than one season, is a continuing show. So my point is if that's the definition, right? If the definition is anything more than one season, then the issue I have is then the it seems like, and I remember when this is one of the things, like, it was introduced recently. It's like, well, it's for One Piece. It's for One Piece. It has to be.
It has to be. It's the longest running shonen, or the longest running. One of the longest.
Then this is where I start talking about. This is where I start thinking about the business side of things. Because then I'm like, I'm Crunchyroll. I have what is, whether or not, okay, again, forget whether or not you agree with the statement or not. It is one of the best anime shows. Most highly rated anime shows, the longest running anime shows. It is winning awards. It is influential. People talk about it all over the place. It's in most people's top 3, and it never wins an award. And then we have it on our platform. And so you can imagine this. You have one of the best things. The people say that this is like better than you. What did you say on one of our recent episodes? It has to be up there with Tolkien. It has to be up there with.
Oh,
and you have an award show, you never mention it.
Yeah.
And you never drive people to your platform.
Yeah, that's disgraceful. That's where Netflix are like, yo, come to us. We'll treat you better.
We'll treat you better. And look what Netflix did on Netflix to Doom. On Netflix to Doom. They have that yearly, where they show what the lineup of what's to come. They pulled.
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
did it
yeah.
in Brazil. They pulled the cast. They had the people on stage, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna show you the live action trailer." Everyone got excited, me included. I watched Netflix to them. I didn't watch Crunchyroll. I didn't watch the Crunchyroll Live Awards. I didn't watch it, but I watched Netflix to them to see the Netflix. Well, that was because I wanted to see the trailer. To be fair, I wanted to see the trailer. So
yeah.
Crunchyroll. When you listen to this episode, I think they have a massive opportunity to wrap. We said it before, to wrap this whole game up. Wrap this whole game up immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
For sure.
Make sure no one gets in.
For
Shut
sure.
down Netflix before they get traction. Shut it down.
Easy.
Shut them down. They've got One Piece, fine.
Yeah.
I think that's actually okay. They're not going to lose any sleep over just losing Netflix of that one. Shut it all down.
No.
They get JJK.
But if Netflix then say, "Hey, yeah, Gojo, hey Gojo, what's it like over there, Crunchyroll? Let me, you know those agents, those football agents, yeah.
You know when the agents tell the football player, look, basically, tell your friend, just talk to him about what we do here. Talk to him.
Yeah. What make you feel special? What's your contract like? Is that it? Oh, come on, man.
If that was me, I don't think I would take that. I mean, but where I'm at, I'm looked after. They're talking about redoing my whole show from scratch. I didn't even ask them to, and they said they're gonna do that for me.
You get people like, you get Luffy like, yo, it's lovely out here, you know.
Luffy is as well. He's just off. He doesn't get.
Yeah. Maybe not Luffy, but maybe someone else. Maybe Nami or something.
It would be Nami. And you know what? It'll be Nami speaking to Gojo. Because you know Gojo is all about that paper as well. That money. So Nami cares about that money. And I was like, so how much you earn? Is that it? There's 10 of us here. We all earn more than that. You're out here suffering, boy. Crunchyroll is so big and so influential. I love Crunchyroll. Like, Crunchyroll is my go-to when I want to watch anything. Like this.
Of course, yeah. They've got the largest anime and catalog.
It's
sure.
in their best. I think that's why some of the criticism come, because it's like, well, look, we all go to you, man. We all go to you.
I think it's seasons as well sometimes.
But anyway,
yeah, you're right.
I do want to say some positives, like I said. So, for
sure.
Some of the positives that I took away, like I said at the beginning, recommendations. So let me tell you, Ed, my 3 recommendations that I am going to be watching. 1 was Bocce the Rock. Definitely, that is on my list. 2 is Oshinoko. And then 3, this would actually this might surprise you, was the romance anime is called Insomniacs After School.
Of course.
No,
did I win or was it a nominee? Okay, Insomniacs. We talked about Oshinoko. You said you weren't going to watch it.
This is why I say this is the good thing about award shows, because you start seeing, is it okay? I'll give it a try. Okay, I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. So give it a try.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I definitely will. It's a music and I like music, so I'll definitely watch Oshinoko. There's so much to watch, but you know what?
Just 3. Just pick yourself.
I'm gonna watch that before May. Right. I'm gonna watch Bocce the Rock and Oshinoko.
Okay.
Just those 2. I will watch the film Suzami though.
Can you imagine?
Suzumi.
Can you imagine? We both haven't watched it.
What?
That's crazy. And I hear great things about it. But then we've said this multiple times on the show. I am so happy that I don't have to get caught up in the seasonal thing. I can just watch it when I watch it. I'm so happy. It just makes life so much. Because listeners, I'm no different from anyone else. You know what I used to suffer with, Ed? I said this before. Everyone keeps talking about this show. Let me watch it.
Yeah. And that's not just anime, that's just anything, yeah. But then sometimes that is good because it's good. Because JJK, everyone was talking about it. That's why I watched it. And it's great, good. You know. There's, like we said, the cream rises to the top. So if everyone's talking about it, everyone's watching it, there must be some truth to it, you know.
Valid.
So That's the society we're living in right now. Gone are the days you go into a DVD or a video a Blockbuster video store and then pick out a random tape just because the cover looked good or it looked interesting. Now there's so much content. You're gonna get buried on the ones that are doing so well and just get shared. Like this podcast. Please share the podcast. But the ones that get shared over and over again to say you got to listen to Super Anime Podcast. You've got to listen to Super Anime Podcast. You've got to listen to Super Anime Podcast. You know, people just sharing and sharing and sharing us. But yeah, people are sharing. Hopefully they'll share the podcast. No, but you know what I mean. In terms of JJK, I mean One Piece. There's a clip I'm going to put out tomorrow when I was speaking to Kuma. That was a great episode.
Check it out.
Just released called Hot Stepper. And he was talking about how Shonen Showdown and Anime Sundays were speaking to his girlfriend about One Piece. They were giving a good word regarding One Piece, and they were having dinner, and they were like, "You've got to watch this," and so on and so forth. So it is one of those things where if it's a great anime and a lot of people are talking about it, will rise to the top. Yeah. So that's why I'm going to watch Frieren.
Stop disrespecting Frieren. I told you before, it's good. You didn't believe me. You didn't believe me.
You haven't watched it.
I knew. They gave me sneak peek. They gave me sneak peek before.
Get out of here. Oh, I know this. Click on the next video before he lets it off. Impeccable form, by the way. And the Hunter x Hunter drip is... Get out of there! It's still there, though. Yes, but in his mind, it's gone.